Welcome to this week's energy forecast. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Sarah Louise. I'm an intuitive, a reader of the cosmic weather, and I'm here to share with you what's coming up this week. So how you can best navigate yourself through the week and what the energy is going to be like, what's happening in the cosmic skies. When I tune into the energy of this week, it's like I feel like we start the week with this incredible new moon in Scorpio. We've got a lot of Scorpio energy around, and then we end the week walking into Sagittarius season. So it's like we've got the last week of Scorpio season. We've got a beautiful Scorpio new moon, which is very powerful. We're actually also in Mercury Retrograde, which is kind of pulling things back. And there is a little bit of retrograde energy around. And there's also some really kind of big other planetary happenings all going on in the sky at the moment. And like, we wouldn't expect it to be any different, right? We're coming to the end of 2025, 26, 27. There's so much beautiful information out there around how these are us kind of coming into the metamorphosis time. It's like, you know, the dragonfly, the new human, like there's so many different incredible people talking about these years, and I've been feeling into and talking about how I feel like this massive transformation kind of happening, and I feel like this year's been a lot of shedding and a lot of releasing and a lot of realigning. And as we come into that 26, 27 energy, there's a lot of newness coming in. It's like new beginnings and new energy, but we've still got a couple of months left here in 25, right? And it's about letting go and releasing and shedding and, you know, transforming and realigning and rebirthing. Yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of going on out there. And there's, I love Richard Rudd. He's got an incredible talk at the moment, or not at the moment, it's been around for quite a few months, probably 6 months, around the new human and how we're kind of evolving and what's going on. And that's kind of all tied into the gene keys, which I love. So if you feel like you want to tune in more to that, have a read or a listen. But yeah, let's come back this week, right now. What's happening? We start the week with a Scorpio new moon. We're at the last week of Scorpio season. We're transitioning into Sagittarius season, and we're in Mercury retrograde. They're the kind of ones that I feel like are really on us this week. So the Scorpio new moon is beautiful, it's emotional and it's deep, but it's an incredible time to set out intentions, plant new seeds, and kind of like the energy that I feel around it is like, you know, taking off another layer of ourselves to be able to stand forward and create the life that we want. So there's definitely going to be some more energy coming in, and I know lots of people have been feeling quite tired and, you know, a bit like, what's going on? The energy feels really heavy. And yeah, it has been. We're in Scorpio season. It doesn't get any kind of deeper and darker and like, you know, more kind of entwined in our kind of deep soul than Scorpio season. And like, we're coming to the last bit of that. Yeah. And then as we head into the end of the week and next week, it's Sagittarius season. It's like, it lightens up. It's like Scorpio kind of like rips us open, and then this new moon comes in and shines this beautiful light, and then Sagittarius season starts, and it's like, okay, let's play, let's dance, let's go, let's lighten up, let's have some fun. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, perfect. I think everybody needs a little bit of this energy in their life, and we're all going to walk into the season, so this is great. Yeah. So how can you work with the energy of this week? I talk a lot at the moment about rest, because the energy is so intense and so heavy. We do need to rest more than we possibly think we should. So kind of rest and recuperate and reset towards the beginning of the week. Grounding food, grounding energy, setting your intentions under that new moon is really important and perfect timing. And you know, it's a great time to be thinking, planting seeds, because we've got this Mercury retrograde. It's not really the time to jump out and like start a new project, but it's about kind of revisiting and and doing what's already there and what's already been in motion. What else this week? What else feels? I feel like there's definitely some new energy coming in, and I feel like we're all going to feel that. I feel like always towards the end of Scorpio season, we all get a little bit like, whoa, you know, poof, yeah. And we need to be patient with that. You know, just be patient that there's a what's that, cause and effect. There's a rhyme to the reason, or I don't know what those sayings are. Like, it's good, yeah. There's a process we need to go through. It's like, I was listening to this really beautiful analogy of, you know, the chrysalis and the caterpillar and the butterfly, and you know, when we're in this kind of chrysalis, we're like, oh, la 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 la, and then boom, when that breaks and we are completely different from, and the butterfly, it's like, oh, now we're free, and we forget about that, yeah. So we are a little bit still kind of in here, like at the last bit of this kind of like, oh, you know, if you think about that, you know, what's that caterpillar doing, or that, it's kind of just eating in the darkness. Yeah. So if you feel that anyway, just know that that's because there's this big freedom and this big, beautiful shift coming in. Definitely. We're going to feel it towards the end of the week. Let's have a little bit up here. I've got, we need to play again. I put my little notes here. I must be getting old because I like to have my little notes next to me now. I've got here, surrender, control, trust the process, let the new beginnings begin to stir. So it's not like this new moon is like, it's just the kind of the dawn of the day, yeah, when that first light comes up. Yeah, I don't really want to read my notes. If you want to read the written weekly, you can. Surrender is a big word at the moment, and trust, and dream big. Like, as I said, I feel like that a lot of us are quite tired of this year. You know, it's been a big year. It's been a transformational year. It's been very kind of unraveling and stripping away. And it's like we come to the end, and it's like, I'm tired. I want that new energy to come in. And so we just got to walk gently through the last little bit. And as we kind of, you know, go through and Sagittarius season comes in and we feel a bit more light and playful, it's going to get easy. We're going to find we've got our energy back, right? So just trust as we're, you know, this beautiful Scorpio new moon, like, just trust that it's beautiful, yeah, and we've got this and we're getting there. And, you know, let's enjoy the journey along the way. If we're tired, rest. If we've got energy, great, you know, look after the temple. And just sometimes as well, I just feel like, you know, just kind of step out of the little picture back into the big picture of life, and just see that how incredibly amazing and beautiful and extraordinary this whole experience is. Because when we get trapped in our kind of small lives and our everyday lives, it can get a little bit like, oh, this is too much and blah, blah, blah. But when we kind of step out and we go, oh, isn't this planet incredible? Isn't this world incredible? Isn't this actually all pretty amazing? Yeah. So yeah, there's me for this week. There's my little words of wisdom for you, my little ramblings for you for the week. I wish you a beautiful week. It's gonna feel better than it has done for the last few weeks, which is great. So enjoy the shift, and let's party on into the end of this month, hey? Big love, and I will see you next week.